Hi everyone, I'm Cherry with Missouri Star Quilt Company, and it's Tuesday Newsday. We're so glad that you could join us today. We have got something really special. We are actually out at our warehouse in our quilting department, and we thought we would walk you through the process of when we receive a quilt top. So I have somebody special with me today. This is Becky. Becky, tell us about yourself.
Well, I've worked with Missouri Star for 12 and a half years. I can remember way back in the day, and the first day I checked into quilts, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know that I'm the right person for this. But it's been a wonderful journey ever since then. And now I'm actually, I manage the long arm division, also receiving and our replenishment teams too. But I spend a lot of time here in quilting. It's absolutely wonderful. I love getting to see all the inspiration and all the beautiful quilts that everybody sends in to us. And my goal is just to try to get the quilts in and out as quickly as possible, looking even more beautiful than that we receive them in. So
how many quilts do you guys do in a week?
Oh gosh, in about a week, we're anywhere between about 200 and 250.
Wow.
Right, yeah. It's really fun right now. Our turnaround time is about 2 weeks. So from the time that we receive it to the time it goes back in the mail, we're really about 2 weeks. The website states 4 weeks, but we're actually even faster than that. So we've been actually at that pace for about a year and a half now. So we've been doing really good at staying on top of our turn time.
And how many long armors do you have?
We actually have 10 long armors. We have 2 different shifts. We have a day shift that works Monday through Thursday. Then we also have a weekend shift that comes in on Friday, works Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we have 30 long arms within Missouri Star. So it's pretty exciting. I can remember when we just had one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You've been here a while.
Been here for a minute.
You know this process, don't you?
Yes.
We met about 4 years ago, and you've become one of my favorite people to work with.
Same, Cherry, same. Yes, yep. We always have great chats.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Well, I brought a quilt in today that I thought we would process so that you can see how things go. So let me show you that quilt top. There we go. I think that's probably turned the wrong way, but it's okay. So I made this several years ago, and I don't know, it's very bright and springy, and I just thought it was time that I had it long armed.
Yep.
So
we're gonna send it back to you even prettier than it is now, believe it or not. It's because it's gorgeous right now.
You will.
Yes,
I know
we will.
You will.
Yep. So let's go over and we'll kind of see how this process gets started.
Okay.
You want to grab your backing?
Grab this and yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
So all the quilts that we receive in, we actually take pictures of all of them. So if for any reason we ever need to refer back and locate that quilt, then we know exactly which quilt we're looking for. As we pass by down here, going down to Jennifer, we're passing our batting supply. We are currently using Pellon. We use 80-20, so 80% cotton, 20% polyester. We carry that batting in natural and black. The quilters will decide which one you use, depending on the color of the quilt top. But that is included in the price of our machine quilting charges, so you don't even have to pay any extra for the batting.
Nice, nice. Okay. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi.
So we'll let Jennifer kind of give her a little brief synopsis of how long she's been with the company and what she does here for us.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I've been with Missouri Star for 10 years, and I do check-in. So when you send us your quilt, we'll check it in, take a picture of it, and put it on the rack, and it can sit in our quilt spa for a few days, and then we'll get to it and get it all finished up for you.
So what are some of the things that you do also during the intake process, as far as like looking for errors or things like that we need to pay attention to?
Well, when we get the quilt out of the box or bag, we'll measure it and make sure that there are no spots like stains or rips or open seams. Also that you have enough backing. And if that's not the case, then we'll take it over to our customer service, and they'll contact you and make sure that we get enough of everything that we need.
Absolutely. So even like she'll also make sure that we have all the information that we need as far as the pattern and the thread color and all the information that the customer sent in to us properly. We do that even with the studio quilts, just like this one that Cherry has.
Right. So I've handed in many quilts to Jennifer. She's my buddy. So I've got this quilt, and I'm turning in a little informational sheet with it that tells the name of it, when I'm turning it in, when I need it back. It's going to have the quilting pattern and the color of thread that I need, and if I want it bound. So
you do that for tutorials, right?
Yep. Yes. Absolutely.
Yep.
So here we go.
Take this.
Yep.
First, what I'll do is I'll get my paper out. We have 3 different colors of paper for the 3 different services that we offer. This one is yellow, so Cherry's going to have it bound. First, I will take it and make sure. This needs to be backstitched.
Yep. So this backing is 44 inches wide, and Cherry's top is clearly wider than that. So we'll take this 44-inch backing and we'll actually piece it together for Cherry to make sure that her backing is wide enough for her quilt top. It looks like she has sent us plenty. We probably won't make.
I think so.
Yeah, we won't make
so.
Jennifer measure all of that here, but it looks like there's plenty of backing there. So
And we'll use the backing for the binding.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
yep.
Okay.
And that's quite often that we use the backing for the binding. So.
And we'll measure the top. Find my edges here.
I didn't fold that very well, did I?
That's all right. All right. Get it all straight. And then we'll lay it down here. Measure it out. 56 by 74. And we'll fold it up on the top of the backing. When we fill this out, this is so we know how large the quilt is. We'll circle back stitching if it needs to be backstitched. Or we'll just put the backing measurements in. This way the quilter knows whenever they get it, they'll also measure it. And then that way they'll know how much backing they have, and if they have enough, and how much to put the measurements in whenever they go to put it on the machine.
Yep.
All right.
Perfect.
So we have the measurements, and we have it all filled out, and we have all the information that we need. So we'll put it together like this, and then we'll take their picture and we'll put it in as 2057. And that way, if we need to know what we're looking for, if Cherry messages me and says, hey, where's my quilt? And I don't remember which one it was, I can look up Studio 2057 in my drive here, and it'll show me what the picture looks like. We do that with every quilt in case we need to look for it. And if something would happen that we don't remember what it looks like or whatever, we have it right here.
So what's the process once you have completed your process? Where does it go?
It goes right here on.
Yep. So So on these,
for a normal process, it'll go on our numbered rack. But with Cherry, normally, if it's a special quilt, one of Cherry's quilts, I'll take it down to Gabrielle, and Gabrielle will take care of it and get it all quilted and on to the next person.
Okay.
Cherry, should we go down and meet Gabrielle?
Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Jennifer, we'll leave that quilt with you, and we'll come back and get it later.
Okay, thank you.
So the room.
Becky, all of these quilts up here on hangers, those are all waiting to be quilted.
Yep, they're all resting in our quilt spa right now. So,
okay.
yep.
Quilt
The
spa.
quilt
I like
spa,
that.
yes. I would like to visit the spa myself. So we do quilts first in, first out, and they are all done by the date of receipt. So it's not based on the date of order, but based on the date that we receive those quilts.
Okay.
So,
okay.
yep.
Okay. All right.
This is the part that everyone's going to probably love the most, is actually
Yes.
seeing the long arming.
Yes.
So first of all, let's meet Gabrielle. Gabrielle, did we catch you at a good time here?
Of course. Just starting.
All right.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Gabrielle. I run the Long Arms, and I've worked here for almost 3 years.
Wow.
Yep. So what part of the job do you enjoy the most?
Just to see all of the quilts. Everyone is different, and it's amazing. Somebody once said it's like going to a quilt show every day.
That's great. And how many do you do at a time?
I run 3 machines, and so each one will have one on it, and I can usually get about 6 off in a day.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. Well, she does a great job because she takes care of us at the studio. So,
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about the machine itself. We obviously have computerized long arms, and so kind of tell us like how you get rolling here.
Well, I mean, when the customer sends in their quilts, we have the backing and the top, and we supply the batting. Unless they want something specific, then they send it in. And then we measure it and put it on. We put the back on first, and then the batting, and then the top. And usually the customer picks the design, and so we are able to put it in there and line it up and get it going.
yeah, nice. I love this. Look at this cuddle. Isn't that fun? You can see it right there. That's fun. We've got a couple going over here. Hannah. Yeah. This one is bright and colorful. All right. So when you have completed the quilting, what's the next step? If the customer would like to have it bound.
If they want it bound, it goes over to the trimmer. And when they're done trimming it, these are the binders over here, and they end up with it.
Okay.
And then it's off to them.
Yeah. Let's go talk to a binder.
So we have two full-time binders and one part-time binder. Today we're going to be visiting with Darlene. We'll come up with Darlene. Tell us a little bit about herself.
My name's Darlene Smith. I've been with the company for 8 years,
Wow.
and I am a binder. We offer machine and hand binding,
Okay.
and I try to do 8 to 10 quilts a day.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
8 to 10 if it's machine binding. Hand binding, 1 or 2.
Wow. That's amazing. Amazing. Well, we appreciate you for sure.
We also kind of joke around that they're not only our binding fairies, but they can also turn into quilt surgeons. There are times, that the customer maybe didn't realize that there was a discoloration on a piece of fabric or something else like that. So we always do our best to contact them and let them know. And Darlene and the crew here has also been known to go in and surgically remove a piece of fabric and put a new one in to make sure that there's no flaws like that when it returns home.
I
It
think
happens.
they've done that for me.
Yes, it
They've
happens
done
from
that
time
for
to time,
me.
but it's kind of
Right.
fun to watch the precision that they can do those things. So
Right.
I always laugh and joke around that they can also become our quilt surgeons as well. So
Once the quilt is bound and it needs to be mailed back to the customer, where does it go?
well, it's clear down at the other end of the room. So we can either take a walk back down there, or I can just tell you a little bit about it. It's up to you guys.
Just tell us how.
Okay,
tell us the
yeah.
process.
So we actually we put the quilt into a plastic bag. We're trying to protect it from any elements that it might occur on its way home, whether that be on the delivery truck or maybe that it was left outside and then maybe it's showering or something that day. And we also try to remove as much air as possible so that way we can get into the smallest box as well. We also have our own special exclusive chucks that goes home with every single quilt that goes back. So if you have never sent one in and you want one of those special chucks, just send us a quilt and we'll get one of those back to you. We do insure every quilt before it leaves. We also request that a signature is required because we would hate for a quilt box to be left out on the front doorstep unattended. We would hate for something to happen to it. So we do insure every single package that leaves here. And then, like I said, we also do request a signature as well. So
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we know how special they are. We want to make sure they get in the right hands.
Right. Well, we appreciate you showing us around this department. I'm amazed. Every time
Yeah.
I come in, it's just, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, no, it's actually it's so much fun. It's definitely a job I never thought I would get to do so
Right.
close to home and enjoy coming in
Right.
every single day. Every day is a new day because the quilts are always so different and so beautiful. So it's definitely like
and your
Pedro said.
quilts that you send in to us are just gorgeous. We just love looking at all of them.
Yeah.
So let's see, what have we got going on?
I say I
in
hear there's some
Hamilton?
exciting things that are going to come up in town. So tell us a little about those.
Well, we have Missouri Star Academy that's coming up June 10th and 11th. And we're going to have all kinds of free demos with designers that will be in town. all kinds of fun things. Now the tickets are sold out. However, you don't have to have a ticket to come to town and take advantage of some of the free things. So we hope that you guys will come and join us. Let's see.
Tickets for birthday bash are now available.
Okay.
So Hannah was just letting us
Okay.
know that the tickets for Birthday Bash are available.
Right.
Always one of my favorite things. I think this year's theme is Stitching Up, Stitch and Stampede. So it's going to be
Gonna
so
have a
much
stampede,
fun.
guys.
Yep.
It's always so much fun.
One of my favorite things throughout the week is always the Friday tutorial. That's where I've learned all of my quilting expertise is from Jenny's Friday tutorials. Which one's coming up this week?
Well, let's walk over here and find out.
Okay, let's do that. Yes.
Okay, this Friday's tutorial is the Twilight Garden, and Natalie will be teaching this. So once again, I have seen this quilt and it's so pretty. Her quilts are gorgeous, so we hope that you guys will watch her tutorial. We also have a designer, Stacy West, with Buttermilk Basin. He's going to be doing a retreat June 24th through 27th. And she is into wool and has been for many, many years. I've taken one of her classes and it was so much fun. We laughed the entire time. But she will be here, and you guys, if you want to come and go to that retreat, just come on. I think we've got a few spaces available. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yep.
So I don't think
there's always fun things going on in town, whether there's events going on or not.
Right,
so we always invite you guys to come to town, but I think that we've highlighted the big things coming up.
Right.
So yeah.
So we hope you guys enjoyed this tour of our quilting department. And on behalf of Hannah and Becky and myself, we hope everybody has a great week. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
See you
Bye-bye.
guys.